What's going on, guys? VGRavenmaniac here, bringing you a subscriber game that I played about a month ago. He rolled with the Panthers, and I of course go with the Ravens. This is a great game for you guys to watch. It was really close and down to the wire. It actually came down to the last play, or maybe like last couple plays. But what I want to talk about before I get into the gameplay is subscriber games. I want to try and get as many games in with you guys before NCAA releases, which I think July 10th. So if you haven't already, go ahead and add my PSN, which I'll put in the description. And I can't guarantee that I'm gonna be able to play everyone, but I'll try my best. I haven't really been playing lately just because Madden's almost a year old now, and no one really is on it. It's really hard to even get like a ranked game these days because not many people play. But anyways, on his first drive, I hold him to a field goal after he hits a deep streak. I forgot to who. And then on my first possession, I try to run a fullback dive, and John Beeson just spears me. So I can guarantee that we don't run that play ever again in this game. Um, Next couple plays, he starts coming out in a lot of man coverage, so I start running a lot of man beaters, as you'll see here. That's one of them. The other one was the pass to Lee Evans, and then that motion or flat route. I guess it's a flat route. Really don't know what you call that kind of route. I'm sorry if you guys actually just heard that. That was Skype going off. Someone just ruined my commentary with Skype, throwing me off track. But anyways, I'm moving the ball pretty well. Right here, he runs a little bit of fag D, so we just move around with Flacco. My Skype's really going off. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. But I end up just running it in with a halfback draw there to take a nice 7-3 lead. Next possession, he goes deep on Ray Lewis. I don't know why Ray Lewis was all the way out there, especially out there alone. But luckily, Cam Newton overthrew that one. But unfortunately, he gets a huge gain with D'Angelo Williams on the next play after a broken tackle. But we do end up bringing him down. And then he throws another deep pass there, but this time it's out of bounds. He threw it just a second too late. But I have a feeling if he threw it a little bit earlier, we might have been able to pick that off because Kerry Williams was kind of in position. But anyways, doesn't matter because he ends up throwing another streak in between two guys for a touchdown. My next possession, I stick to the split backs here. Right here, I make a terrible read, and I almost actually throw a pick. You see how there, Bolden was wide open all the way down the field, but for some reason I just threw that corner out. Next play, I noticed that he was starting to send a little bit of heat to the outside from the right side, so I called that screen pass there, picked up about 50 yards. And then just moving the ball pretty well. Right here, I make another bad pass. I see it bounces off Bolden's hands and then off two guys' helmets. The one thing about Madden is that if a pass is tipped, it's not going to get picked off this year. So whenever you see a pass get tipped, you're not really too worried. And then actually fumble, but luckily we do recover that. Flacco has the worst carry rating in the game. The man has the worst throw release and the worst carrying of the football, which just kind of makes sense with the fumbles because Flacco, I think, led the league in fumbles last year at the quarterback position nonetheless. Right here, I'm trying to run the ball through, run it into the end zone rather. The Skype thing is messing me up with halfback draws, but eventually I have to resort to a motion pass. I kind of made a promise to myself not to throw any fades this game, just because fades are kind of glitchy. Then again, motion passes are too, but I'd rather get motion passed than faded. Right there, we get another lucky break as he drops a huge streak. Then he finds me underneath. And I had so many strip animations this game, but I didn't have one fumble. Next play, he goes over the top yet again. This time, Ed Reed's going to be there. And right here, I'm trying to fight for as many yards as I possibly can. But unfortunately, I only make it about halfway as I get tackled right there. That's going to take us to halftime because Flacco's release time, as I said, is really slow. I actually end up taking out Flacco at the end of this game because A, he overthrows passes like that, and B, he can't get the pass off when there's pressure. Tyrod Taylor, in my opinion, is actually the best quarterback on the Ravens roster in terms of Madden, just because he doesn't really overthrow. Well, he can't really overthrow anyone because he doesn't have the greatest throw power. But his release is just so much faster than Flacco's that you can get off a lot of passes that you normally wouldn't get off of Flacco. Eventually, he forces me to punt, so I'm stuck with this 4-point lead. And then right here, this is the greatest play I've ever made this year in Madden. He runs wide trail, and I noticed it at the last second, so I roll around with Ed Reed, as you'll see right here on this instant replay. Notice the wide trail, come back, and then I jump it right there, and then Ed Reed gets this weird one-handed leaping animation catch. I'm going to sign off Skype here so you guys can't hear what's going on. So hopefully you guys don't actually hear that. And it was that pick means nothing unless I actually get some points here. See right there, tried to go for that corner route against the zone coverage, but it was covered, and then he plays fag the yet again here in the goal line, which is a good move because it's such a tight area to throw that I end up having to do that, which is really dumb because two of my guys were wide open there, but they just bumped into each other, and I would have had a first down if one of them would have just said, "I'm gonna catch this." Um, this next possession, we just unleash Suggs on him. See, he gets he gets one sack and then a quarterback hit, and then right here he rolls right into the pressure, and Darius Webb brings him down, forces him to punt. I actually almost blocked it, not because I was trying to block it, but because he was so close to the goal line that you come out in any punt formation and you're gonna come close to blocking one of those. And right there was a perfect example of how Flacco's release is so slow. Right there, I almost didn't even get that pass off because Flacco has this huge windup. And then right there, Lee Evans makes a great catch on the sideline. Where was that in the AFC Championship game? Next play, I run that motioned out flat route for a touchdown. It was almost picked off. I think he was in a cover 2 or something like that. So the defensive back actually almost jumped that. Continuing to bring some pressure here, just trying to get Cam to throw some bad passes like this. Somehow Shaky Williams, who's like 6 inches taller than that tight end, managed to swat that down, force him to punt yet again. And this is where things kind of go downhill for me. If you've ever played me, you know that I'm a first half player, and my second half game sucks. I start making passes just like this. Right there, he was man coverage, man press, and you can never throw that post corner route against man press, otherwise it's going to happen like that. And I know that because I ran this like a million times. But for some reason, I just tried to throw it, and it ends up giving him an easy touchdown there. And then I throw yet another bad pass. This time, though, luckily it was dropped. So now I'm finally playing semi-smart here and just running the ball, trying to milk some clock, and then Flacco's release strikes again. And that's where Tyrod Taylor starts to come in. But unfortunately, he doesn't complete any passes. See, Lee Evans probably should have made that catch, but we still would have been about 2 yards short of that first down marker. And then I'm forced to just punt this ball off yet again. And things will continue to go further south for me, as you'll see in a little bit. The ending of this game is really spectacular, so you're going to want to stick around for that. Right there, we get another strip animation. Unfortunately, we don't get the fumble. Comes out in strong close. There's that fullback motion pass. Throws it again right there. There's really no way to stop that. You just kind of have to put yourself there and hope that the quarterback makes a bad pass. And then right here, make a series of poor user tackles and ends up costing me. While we were playing this game, he said that he probably shouldn't have scored, but he just punched it in anyways to be a good sport, give me a chance to make a little comeback here. That's just what I almost do. This drive starts to look out really good, but it ends up just crumbling down a couple plays. Right here, you get sacked again by Flacco, slow release time. Run a draw just to try to make it a third and manageable. But we try to run this play, which is a great play if you can time it right, but for some reason I just can't time that play right. So we end up just punting it off to him again. This time we get a lucky bounce there. Not only those roll into the end zone, but that time God was on my side, and we end up getting it inside the 10. And this is the play of the game right here. He tries to go deep on Kerry Williams, but Kerry Williams is just not having that. Return this, get into Billy Cundiff's Madden field goal range, because we all know he can't make a field goal to save his life. And that's pretty much how the game ended. I throw the ball away here, and then I just kick the field goal. So just a reminder, if you guys want to get a game in before July, I think it's 10th, go ahead and add my PSN that's in the description. But until then, I'm out.